three forms. Let me give it to you. You have the verb to talk. Then you have the what you call the simple form, the verb without the to, talk. Then you have the he, she, and it form, talks. Then you have the past tense form, talked. Right? Now you normally don't put talks as a separate form, but I'm going to do it. Then you have, this is the past tense form, talked. I talked to my mother. Then you have the past participle form, talked. Then you have the present participle form, talking. And this is the only way you can write these verbs in English. Now, you can play with it. You can play with these forms, and you can use them with different tenses, but there's no other way to write this in English. En español tiene el verbo hablar, right? Right? And this is what we're going to look at. When you want to start conjugating hablar, then you just have H-A-B or H-A-B-L-A, and now you have to deal with the different endings. Right? Right? Now, in el pasado, in the past tense of hablar, I'm not going to go into all of this for the semester, but just letting you know. You have this again, and then you have different forms. Right? But this is called la raíz, the root. It's different in Spanish than in English. Okay. Now, el lunes hablamos de los verbos regulares and irregulares. Monday we talked about the regular and the irregular verbs. ¿Qué me puede decir algo de los verbos regulares y los verbos irregulares? En inglés o en español, no me importa. Es igual. Ladies, you want to teach this. You shouldn't have, your brain is not in your notebook.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Your brain is not in your notebook. This is why I want to take this, videotape this, so that you can see this again and again, because I want eventually for this to become common sense. Because if you notice, I don't have a book with me. Right? I don't have a book with me. I don't have anything that I'm looking at my notes, and I'm not a genius, you know. Let me tell you, the nuns would have be twisting in their grave if you called me a genius. But the reason that I can do this is that this stuff is common sense, and this stuff has to become common sense for you. So here's the question. Okay. What's the difference between the verb to talk? I'm speaking English now, and I can do this in Spanish too, because the same rule applies, and the verb to be. What's the difference between those two? Lonnie, your hand up. Go ahead, Lonnie. Lonnie's talking a lot. I want you to know that. Go, Lonnie. Go, Lonnie. Go, go, go.
To talk is regular verb, to be is irregular verb.
Okay, now tell me what the difference is. You're absolutely right. ¿Sabes cómo se dice to talk? You know how to say to talk in Spanish? Yeah, you do. Honey, it's a verb I use all the time for examples.
Oh, hablar.
No, what did you just do?
No, not that.
Yeah, you did. You pronounced that H. You went, hablar. Yeah, you did. I heard it. Juanita, you heard it too, right? You heard that H. Juanita said, I don't want to be involved. Yes, I heard it. Didn't you hear me, my girl? Yeah, you go. Oh,
I heard nothing.
I heard. That's called solidarity with your fellow students. No, yeah. Okay, so pronounce that correctly. Hablar. ¿Sabes cómo se dice to be en español? Hay dos maneras para decir la misma cosa.
She said,
I don't know what she said though. Did you hear her? She went blah blah. That all it sounded like he was saying blah blah.
no, I said, which one?
That's what I'm saying. Both, because you would have to. Because in English it would be two verbs instead of one. So I mean no, in Spanish it's two verbs instead of one. Entonces, ¿cómo se dice to be in español? Ser. And
Tener.
no, tener. No,
No, I mean, estar.
Estar.
There you go. I had to think about it.
So to talk in English, don't forget the 8 minutes, sweetie. To talk in English is hablar in español. But the most important thing, because I'm only using that as an example, the most important thing is that it is regular. And Lonnie said it, right? Lonnie, didn't you say it was regular? Yeah, I know you did, brother man. I know you did. Regular, right? And to be in English and in Spanish is irregular. Now, Lonnie, I'm going to ask you something else because this is called critical thinking, right? Your field is IT, right? What's your field? Oh man, you better be a critical thinker, or you're gonna just put everybody in jail or let everybody free. So you, well, okay. I hope you said let people free, right? Let the brothers free. Okay, that's good stuff. All right, so here we go. Do you know what you told me? You know, to talk, hablar is regular. You told me to be, estar or ser is irregular. But what does that mean? What does it mean when something is regular? And when does it mean something? I know you can see, I can tell in your face, I know you know. But what do you mean when something is regular, and when something is irregular?
If something is regular, it follows the rules. When you conjugate,
That's right, brother man.
irregular, it doesn't follow the rules.
Okay, so do you remember the rule?
For
For the verb to be, I mean, for the verb to talk in our language in English. Okay, give it to me. When you want to conjugate it, do you remember the rule? When you want to conjugate it.
I talk.
Okay, so it's, I'm going to erase this a little bit, everybody. So you have the verb to talk. And remember, when you conjugate, I have to know in what tense you're speaking. Because you just don't conjugate. So let's start with the tense that they normally start with, which is the present indicative. So in English, how would you teach? You are now an ESL teacher. How would you teach how to conjugate the verb to talk?
Take out
Take out the
the two.
to. I'm taking it out. Now you just have the verb. This is called the simple form. That's the base form. It's the form without anything. No endings, nothing. So what would you do now, Professor?
You break the, I don't know what they're called, the I, the you.
Okay, what are the I, the you, the we, the they? What are they called?
Pronouns.
What kind?
Pronouns.
I know, but there's a lot of different kinds. What kind?